tough situation in front of the hometown fans in Baltimore.
And he shot 250 to do it. I mean, he wasn't intimidated by the situation at all. You know, last night in the position round, he couldn't catch first. But if he bowled a bad game, he could have still missed the show. He starts off spare 8-bagger. I mean, the situations don't intimidate this young kid. For the double. Ooh, a little light scrambler.
Shakes him up on the left-hand lane, then shakes his head, but it still looks like a double to me.
And that's 3 opponents. He's probably dead now because that's 3 opponents in a row that have come out with a double at Warren Nelson right away.
This gentleman here has persevered this afternoon, winning opening games over Wayne Webb and Randy Peterson. And I'll tell you one thing, his reaction on 46 is improving with every shot.
Well, it's just so much better inside than that outside angle.
You can see Warren trying to pump himself up a little bit. All right, come on, we got the double. We're dead even. Let's hang in there. The left-hand lane has been a touch more productive.
Just gave it a little bit more room, leaves the 2-4-5. Still a delicate shot in there, but at least the ball bites the lane and goes right to left. And he doesn't have this slide for the 2-pin Brooklyn type reaction. Target is close to the 3rd arrow. And he swung at a couple of boards there and he didn't make it back.
Looked like he had a little more speed maybe on that shot too. Very straight, the 2-4-5, and he's been an effective spare shooter here this afternoon. If you would, Mike, what's the difference in the roll between Danny Wiseman's shot and perhaps Warren Nelson's? It seems like Danny's ball probably goes into a roll a little earlier.
Well, plus he just seems to have a little heavier fingers. He has a nice, clean hand release, and I think he goes around the ball. His hand turns around the ball more, which actually would make you think the ball would go further down the lane before it started to bite. Is he going to get it? Yes! The old messenger. Almost 100% of the time, that is the head pin that comes back across and does that. Danny crouched over 6 steps. I didn't know he put an extra step in there. Looks early, that gets it right in time. Now watch the head pin to the sideboard and back across. What am I counting? 10 pin this time.
So the streak ends at 3. Deep sigh, catch your breath. No mistakes now.
Switches balls to shoot the 10 pin. Well, I not only got 1 more step in there, I got 2 in there. He's only taking 4.
That's enough right now, and he's got a 12-pin lead. We'll be back with more of the semifinal game from Riverside after this. And while we were away, leaving the 2-8 in the 4th, Warren Nelson with a spare.
$14 pins behind. Much better reaction there. We mentioned though that he was getting quicker and quicker, and the reaction is still delicate, and he has to keep that speed constant. Some players under pressure throw the ball harder, and some throw it slower.
New look there.
Danny standing all the way back at near the end of the approach. Very short step and then a long one. Gets 4 steps in there. Ooh, bad break. Solid 9 from inside like that. Really threw that ball pretty.
To my imagination, did it look like he threw that ball with a little less speed?
Could have been, Dan.
I think so.
I was looking at his feet, wasn't looking at the ball speed quite as much. I know he stroked it awful pretty.
A little slower with the ball speed that time. Nice reaction.
At the 9 pin.
No trouble. Yeah, that's tough when you throw a shot that good. And there's his lovely wife, Lisa, trying to hang in there right now in the semifinal game.
The wives always look so uptight, so nervous. It's harder on them.
It's because they are. Pretty simple, actually. Oh, boy. Winner of this game takes on our top seed, Ron Palumbi Jr., for the rights to the $145,000 Kessler Classic, the 7th consecutive year that the good folks at Kessler have sponsored this event. Ooh, crossover leaves the baby split, and he was not happy at all with that execution.
He reaches in, pulls out a piece of tape. I don't know whether he's going to put something in or take something out, but he just didn't get out of this ball clean. Ball bites too quick. 310 is not a real difficult split. Wants to move left, relatively hard and straight, as he switches balls to do that. Hit the 3-pin on the right. And does. Professional shot there. Now he grabs the ball and does the tape. He's going to put something in or change something in that thumb hole. The feel is so important, Dan. You got to have that right feel.
Warren Nelson trailing by 11. If he strikes here, down by just 1.
Has to hurry. Is it going to fall or not? Boy, what a grab break. He really rolled that pretty. That head pin, or was either the head or the 5, I think it was the 5-pin, got to the 7. He clipped it, but just didn't knock it over.
A little less speed, too.
Yeah, he rolled that one prettier than the shot before where he left the 2-8 on this line. You know, I think he's throwing 2 fingers at those spares. I'm not sure that he's putting all 3 fingers in the bowling ball or the 2 fingers in the thumb. I think he's maybe using just the ring finger.
A la Gary Dickinson.
Yeah, although Gary uses the middle finger.
Right. A lot of different ways to straighten that thing out.
Right. I never had that problem.
Well, of course, you never used a spare ball because there was never any need for it.
Never. Left.
Asking for it to hang on, hold anything. Through the nose it goes. And a big break as he leaves just the 4-7. You know, I've got an idea. We were talking about the 3, 6, 9, 10, and there are various names for various splits. The sour apples, the 5, 7, 10, the baby split, you know, being the 3, 10. I think we should call the 3, 6, 9, 10 the Durbin.
The Durbin.
If you leave it, it's a Durbin. You know, don't you think, in memory of the man who probably left more of those on the PBA National Tour than any other player in the history of the game?
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be great.